They don't think we belong here. It's up to us to show we do.
We are top Leeds and we are top Leeds.
How are we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. We are back for another week and I hope every single one of you have had a really good weekend. Premier League results from yesterday. Some very, very good games. Some talking points and a few surprises in there as well. And the last piece of news involves Arsenal because reports are suggesting that we're going to make a late move for Crystal Palace left back Patrick Van Aanholt.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So the first place, we're going to start last night's Premier League games. Now, of course, it is transfer deadline day. And in this country, the window shuts at 11 p.m. tonight. But we will get onto that in a moment. But those games last night. Oh, there was some talking points in there. A few surprises as well. Where do I start? Chelsea against Burnley. And it was a 2-0 win for Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel gets his first win as Chelsea boss. And it was a bit of a surprise, the scorers in this game. Because it was Azpilicueta and Marcus Alonso, a surprise inclusion in the team. But they run out 2-0 winners. And I suppose, you know, Tuchel will be happy that they've got themselves that one out of the way. And he's got his first victory as Chelsea manager. Next up, we had Leicester against Leeds United. And this was a 3-1 win for Leeds United. Leicester, not great from them. They took the lead just before the 15th minute mark, Harvey Barnes. But Leeds replied instantly. Dallas with a really, really good goal. And then 20 minutes to go, Patrick Bamford scores. And then Harrison with 6 minutes to go, seals the victory. And that is an absolutely brilliant victory for Leeds United. And the thing with Leicester is that you take a couple of players out of their side and they really start to struggle. They were without Jamie Vardy and Ndidi as well. And you lose those two, they look a completely different side. And this is why I was speaking about the Arsenal game against Manchester United with us missing 3 players. That could have derailed us and that could have knocked us sideways a bit. So to get a point against Manchester United, who are chasing the title and were second in the table at the time, you've got to look at the positives from that. Because, you know, as this Leicester result shows, you lose a couple of players that are key to your team and the way that you play, then things, you know, don't always go the way that you think they might. West Ham against Liverpool. Now, before this game, looked an interesting game. Liverpool suffering big time with injuries. Of course, they won against Spurs the other night. And it was another tough away test because West Ham have been going really, really well in the Premier League. But it was an awful performance from West Ham. And Liverpool run out 3-1 winners. Sadio Mane was missing from this as well to add to the list of players missing for Liverpool. But Mo Salah stepped up, scored a couple of goals. And the second one in particular was absolutely unreal. Counter-attack football. 4 passes in the back of the net. The ball from Trent Alexander-Arnold out to Shaqiri. And then the ball from Shaqiri to Mo Salah. The control, the finish, absolutely immense. Wijnaldum scored to make it 3-0. And then West Ham got a consolation through Dawson. But I don't think West Ham can be too downbeat. They've had a really good run and they're still in a really good position. So the fans need to, not get too downbeat about it and just realise they were against the Liverpool side that were looking more like their old self. Last game of the evening was Brighton against Tottenham. And this was a 1-0 win to Brighton. And this was probably one of the most comfortable 1-0 victories you will see Trossard after 15 minutes for Brighton. And if it wasn't for the likes of Alderweireld with some of his defending and the saves from Lloris, this game could have easily been 3 or 4-0. Honestly, it could have been 3 or 4-0. Tottenham had one chance in the second half. We're about 15 minutes to go and the Brighton goalkeeper made a brilliant save. But apart from that, not a lot. In all honesty, Gareth Bale started the game, done absolutely nothing. Spurs are playing 300 grand a week for Happy Gilmore. Let's be real about it. This is not the Gareth Bale from a long time ago. Do you remember on one of my DT's Daily, before the season started and the window was open and everything, and there was talk about Gareth Bale going to Manchester United, and there was even some mentions of Arsenal and stuff, and I was like, nah, not for me, mate. Nah. Injury prone, hasn't got that motivation about him anymore that he used to have. It's not the Gareth Bale that played for Spurs when he left for Real Madrid. Like I said, this is Happy Gilmore now. More interested in being on the golf course. 300 grand a week. Mad. Absolutely mad. But listen, there's a lot of unrest on social media because Spurs fans are not happy in any way, shape or form. They've had enough of Jose Mourinho. They've had enough of the boring football. And all I can say to Spurs fans is that Manchester United fans warned you. They told you what Jose Mourinho would be like. They told you that eventually it would all come crashing down as things would start to unravel. And we're starting to see it, you know. A month or so ago, Spurs were challenging for the title, apparently. And I said it then. I've got some mates of mine that are Spurs fan. There's a couple of them that play for my team. And I said to them then, the football they play and the way that they're doing it is not sustainable. It's not. You can't go into a 1-0 lead every single game and just sit back and hope to defend. Because what happens when you go 1-0 down? You haven't got the mindset or the tactics to then go and change things around and go and score 2 goals. Might happen every now and then. And it's, you know, proving that. Spurs just looking awful. And looking at the, you know, Premier League table, that's very, very interesting. And again, you look at the point for Arsenal, and it's actually a point gained on the likes of Leicester, West Ham, Spurs, Everton. You know, they were all sides that are above us in the table that we've actually gained the point on this, you know, weekend. I know it's not free and we all wanted the victory, but it's still a point gained and it could be crucial. It wasn't like we were playing Sheffield United or somebody like that. We're playing Manchester United, so put it into context. Manchester City at the top. Manchester United stays second after Leicester's defeat. Liverpool jump up into third place. West Ham into fifth. Tottenham sixth. And they're on 33 points. Chelsea on 33 points. Everton 33 points. Aston Villa 32 points. And Arsenal 31 points. Arsenal play before all of them on Tuesday night against Wolves. If Arsenal were to pick up 3 points, then they would actually go into 6th place. Above Spurs, above Chelsea, above Everton, above Aston Villa. Now, of course, those teams would have games in hand. We've said that multiple times. You've got to win those games in hand. Tottenham's next game is Chelsea. Very, very interesting. So, yeah, the table's looking very, very fun. That chase for the European places could actually be more entertaining than the title race. Down the bottom of the table, that's a big, big win for Brighton. Absolutely massive. That moves them 4 points, 7 ahead. 7 ahead now. Fulham do have a game in hand, but they'll be buzzing about that. Absolutely buzzing. And yeah, looking at the rest of that table, I'm just trying to have a little quick glance through it all. That's mad. Some of the points and like how close it is. What an unreal season. It's just so unpredictable, man. Crazy. But yeah, plenty more twists in the tail yet, that's for sure. Last piece of news involves Arsenal. Now, of course, it is transfer deadline day. And one of the positions that's very evident that Arsenal needs to strengthen is left back. And reports are suggesting that Arsenal are considering a late move for Crystal Palace left back Patrick van Aanholt. 30-year-old, out of contract in the summer, hasn't been a regular. He did actually play at the weekend in their victory over Wolves. But Tyreek Mitchell has, been their main left back and everything else. And there's the possibility of maybe signing him. I think he would be a really good backup, to be honest with you, with Kieran Tierney. It would give us that natural balance back again. Very attack-minded, can, get down that left-hand side. Good delivery. I don't see that would be a bad signing, to be honest with you. And, if Crystal Palace can get a little bit of money for him when he's only got a few months left on his contract, and if the player wants to move as well, then I don't see why not. Could be a big opportunity for him. His last opportunity, to get that move. And yeah, I'm all for that, to be honest with you. I don't think we're going to get the likes of Ryan Bertrand. And I don't really know what else we can do. It's short term. We know that Tierney's got knocks here and there and everything. So to bring in a natural, left back as a replacement, and with the amount of games we're playing as well, we'll need him to cover sometimes, even in the Premier League. So yeah, I'm all for that. If this one goes through, I wouldn't mind at all, to be honest with you. So interesting to see what happens. Now, of course, there's some possible departures as well. We don't know any ins and outs at the moment as of this morning, but there's Ainsley Maitland-Niles, there's Southampton and Leicester looking at him with possibilities of permanent transfers after a loan period. Newcastle are apparently after Joe Willock. Reece Nelson is open to a move as well. And then, of course, there's Mustafi. Could he get that move to Liverpool, or will he be staying put? So very interesting over the next few hours as to what happens. And if something significant happens, then you can guarantee there'll be a video from me. Probably pre-recorded and ready and waiting. Unless something comes out of the blue, like the goalkeeper we signed the other week. But yeah, look. We'll wait and see what happens. So there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topics. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you a lot soon. I'm out of here.